Actually, we should see a pretty strong push. There we go, $1,200. What's going on, team? It's Ricky with Learn, Plan, Profit. So I'm going to record this real quick. Natural gas report just came out. Today it is the day before Thanksgiving. So this report came out 2.5 hours late. 2.5 hours after the market opened. The natural gas report's normally supposed to come out tomorrow on Thursday, but today's Wednesday, and it actually just came out. So one thing that we normally do is like this dip buy when it comes down to like whichever ETF after the report comes off aggressively sells off. I usually tend to buy the dip and then try to ride it back up as it begins to recover. I literally so you guys can see my fill position right now, but literally like 1 minute before the report came out for you guys, I literally sold. So let's see if I could actually, it should actually show right here. Give me one quick second and we should be able to see it. So when I sold my position on, let's see where it's at. Sold my position on you guys right here at 9:58.56. Literally minutes. Like 1 minute and 4 seconds before. Crazy. Got filled, sold, and then all of a sudden you guys had this huge push up. Look at that. So where I sold was right around the 160, what was it, 167, right around this general area. Over 10%. Ridiculous. Huge push. So as of right now, I'm down on my position on DGAS. Again, it's not showing any signs of a recovery just yet. I went in with a 33% position. So what that means is I only went in with a dollar amount that's not that big, just to get some skin in the game and my foot in the door. And what I'm going to be waiting out for is for when this thing begins to make higher highs, if it begins to do that, or am I going to have to cut losses today? Might be something that I might have to do. The thing that I really liked about DGAS was that it was showing signs of an uptrend pattern pretty much all day today. So as of right now, I'm just trying to wait for some indication of, okay, there we go. There we go. So adding a little bit more to my position. Now I'm in with 10,000 shares, right? And again, that puts me right around $20,000 if I'm not mistaken for my overall position size as of right now, what I'm fully invested, which is still 2/3 of what I'm normally, in. So I'm just going to have, and I'm comfortable with that. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to have my order ready to sell. And I plan to sell right around this like middle VWAP EMA line area. So that margin of profit, that cushion that I'm going to be building for myself in my eyes is pretty big, right? So I'm right around the 246, 247 areas. That's my fill price to right around right here, 5%. That's more than enough for me. 5% times the $20,000 position that I have. That should, be quite a big chunk of change in my eyes. So we'll just have to wait out and see how it ends up performing. So now I'm up, but again, the volatility is very high. There we go. The MACD confirmation is there. The RSI is starting to recover. And I have on my other screen to my right-hand side, I'm also keeping a very close eye on natural gas and making sure that I'm, seeing if there's any indication of it potentially continuing to rally. But I actually see it selling off, and there we go. So boom, there we go. Just broke over $1,000 on the trade. Nice little pullback. And again, I think that it still has a little bit of margin. If I want to lock in profits early, there's nothing wrong with that. But the really cool thing about this is that, it built enough. So we call it like a slingshot effect, right? Where, you're patient, wait for that full sell-off to happen. And then when it ends up showing signs of a reversal, and the more patient that you are, the more margin of profit that you build for yourself, I think it's better to, again, instead of trying to get in when it's selling off, it makes more sense to me to get in when it's actually starting to show signs of an uptrend. So like, when the slingshot, when you pull it all the way back and then, you let it go, that's kind of the effect that I want to have with my trades. I want to make sure that when I'm in a position that I'm going in when it's already, recovering. So that would be the ideal situation, the ideal position. So again, I'm keeping a very close eye on /NG. So we pushed up over $1,000 profit on my day with ticker symbol DGAS. I'm up a little bit on ticker symbol UGAS. That would have been a crazy trade if I would have been able to catch, both sides. That would have been pretty sweet. But again, I'm up 241 on ticker symbol UGAS as of right now. It is trying to show signs of a potential recovery. And again, sometimes it does take some time for it to consolidate, but there's no question that UGAS was trending down on the day, so I understand its direction. UGAS was actively making lower lows, and it's this catalyst, this news that drove the price up. And it will be relevant for some time, but for how much longer? Probably not too long, at least based on the previous times that I've traded it, right? I know that this one was, again, the direction was descending today, at least on the 1 day, 1 minute chart. And it went through a positive catalyst, which drove the price up. But these natural gas reports don't last for a very long period of time as a positive catalyst, and then it ends up correcting itself. So that's pretty much what I plan on capturing here while I'm streaming this. But let's go ahead and see what ends up happening. So I'm actually down on my position on the open, right? So not on the day, but on the open, which means like my current position right now. And we're just going to have to give it some time and see on how it ends up performing. So let's give it a little bit more time. I'm just going to leave this here and then kind of go from there. Here we go, ticker symbol DGAS. Not only this do I want to show you that this is starting to show signs of a recovery, but on my other screen right here, I can actually see that natural gas is now starting to pull below the EMA line, which is a really good sign of when natural gas then begins to make lower lows, then that means that DGAS will then begin to make higher highs, which is showing more signs of growth. So I'm going to show you that real quick on /NG. So it's actually a different length EMA on this one. So on this one, I have a 9, my EMA line. Oh, moving average exponential is actually set at 180. That's why it looks so much more different. So I'm going to have to change that on that side. And there it goes. It's starting to recover again. So going back to UGAS, there it goes, beginning to recover. So we'll set a couple alerts to see if this thing begins to make higher highs. But ultimately, I really want to get alerted when it breaks or gets really close to that overall EMA line. I think that's what's really important to me. So I should be up a little bit. Again, not a crazy amount. But it's really cool. I really like trading these type of, during these type of like reports. It makes it exciting. The volatility is a little bit higher. So maybe for people that are just getting started, it might be a little bit overwhelming. So you might want to practice it with paper trading first. But I think it's definitely a very interesting market to say the least when it comes down to, being able to take advantage of these like weekly reports because they come out once a week. So I think it's super cool. And again, it's just, I'm a dingleberry, so what do I know, right? So I'm going to go ahead and change my setting over here. I don't know why I had it set at a length of, there we go. It should be selling off a little bit. There we go, 902. So studies, edit. There we go. Here we go. Nice little push up. One quick second. All right, here we go. So again, we have the natural gas report that just came out. The MACD is still showing signs of a recovery. We're showing really good signs of, as of right now, making higher highs. Again, we're approaching this general area of this EMA line that might be acting as a resistance. I have my order ready to sell. Looks like this order or this resistance as of right now is right around the 255 area. So I'm up a little bit over $800. There we go, $900. I'm seeing right now on /NG, which is the natural gas correlating ETF. I'm sorry, future there. It's actually showing signs of a recovery. So it's gonna pull back a little bit. There it goes. It's pulling back. But it was making lower highs, which is something that I really liked. It's actually consolidating. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. As of right now, if we take a look at it, it looks like it might try to bounce again. Let's see if it continues to make. Again, do you guys see the lower highs that it's making there? I want to give it a little bit more time to identify its direction and to see which way it's going to be going. As of right now, I think it's pretty cool how, again, we're just able to take advantage of these like dip buy opportunities and, be able to make a pretty decent amount. So there it goes, sold off. So just went from green to red. And it's kind of just still trying to identify its direction. So there we go, kind of flatlining right there with the support at 246, making lower lows as of right now, /NG making higher highs. So let's see where this goes. Here we go. So I'll move this over a little bit. Here we go. So now we're up $500, $600 now on the day. Here we go. So one thing that I could have done is, just because I can day trade like as many times as I want, is if I really wanted to, I could have 100% just locked in profits when it was up here and then buy the dips and then sell the peaks again if I wanted to be like a little bit more active. But based on my experience and where it's at right now, so there we go. We just broke above $800. There it goes. It looks like it's still getting rejected. You guys see this? It's getting rejected by this EMA line. So I might end up having, wait, natural gas is actually peaking, showing signs of a peak formation. I might just have to sell, lock in profits at the $802 and then get back in when it begins to show signs of recovery. So I'm going to get my order ready to sell and leave it at that. So I'm going to give it a little bit more time to identify its direction. Right now we're trading between 249 and 250. So let's take a look. Let's see which direction it's going to be going. So the MACD for natural gas is actually starting to show signs of a sell-off. So the natural gas report came out, but it's just because of, for others that are asking right now, the natural gas report came out today, 2.5 hours after the market opened, due to the holiday. So there we go. We're actually making higher highs, just broke over $1,000 on the day. Sweet. I'm actually going to lock it in somewhere around here. So let's see where we're at. Let's see what price point was that. That was around 2.52. Let's see if I can get out at 2.51 at least. So let's give it a little bit more time. Again, natural gas is really starting to pull back right now. So that means that we should see a pretty strong push. There we go. $1,200 on the open, or on the day. There we go. Nice little push up. 2.54, 1,100. Here we go. Nice. I'm just gonna try to play it pretty safe. So I'm gonna lock it in right now. Whoa, that was a little weird. That took a while to fill. There we go. $1,200 profit on the day. And altogether with my overall positions, here for those that want to see, we have a little bit over $1,400 profit that I was able to make. And the market opened about 2.5, almost 3 hours ago. So definitely not bad. I'm going to wait for a little bit of a pullback on DGAS, but yeah, I mean, that's really just it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this stream, learning a little bit more about what we do every day within the Learn, Plan, Profit group, of being able to watch me trade live. So I hope it's something that you guys found helpful. And if there's anything I can do that acts as a positive catalyst for your success, feel free to let me know. But again, be sure to click the link down below to stay connected and to check out how you can continue to watch me trade live every day.